My people, today's gist is about the ongoing courtroom matter between Nnamdi Kanu and the federal government of Nigeria, and how Judge Omotosho shocked everybody by rejecting a fresh objection from Kanu's lawyers. This latest twist really got people talking, and I'll tell you everything that happened, why it's serious, and what it could mean next. As we go along, please don't forget to like this video, drop your comment, and subscribe so you don't miss the next update, okay? Now, the news reaching everyone is that during the latest court session in Abuja, Nnamdi Kanu's legal team came again with a new objection in his ongoing terrorism trial. They wanted the court to look into something fresh before the defense could start. But this time the judge said no. He was not going to entertain any more delays.
Justice Omotosho made it clear that Kanu must now open his defense and stop trying to postpone the case with new motions. That statement alone changed the whole atmosphere in court. People who were inside said the mood shifted. Some supporters were shocked, some disappointed, and others quietly nodded, because they felt it was time the case moved forward. You know, this matter has been going on for years now, with different arguments and legal back and forth. Many Nigerians are tired of hearing the same story without real progress. So this ruling came like a wake-up call. It's time to face it and finish it. Now, for those who may not know the full story, Nnamdi Kanu is the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, often called IPOB. He's facing charges that include terrorism-related offenses. And since his arrest, the case has passed through different courts with appeals, bail requests, and several objections. His lawyers have been trying every legal option to either dismiss the case or delay it for more time to prepare. But this time, the judge said, enough is enough. The defense must open. Please, if you're still watching, kindly like this video right now and subscribe, because we break down big national stories in ways everyone can understand. Back to the gist. When the judge rejected the fresh objection, he also cautioned both sides to focus on the real issues instead of bringing unnecessary distractions. Reports say he reminded them that the court is not a place for endless delays. For Justice Omotosho, it's time for both the prosecution and defense to face the main matter so the judgment can finally come. Now, what made this moment even more dramatic is that Nnamdi Kanu, through his legal team, is said to have waived his defense. That means he might not be calling witnesses or presenting further evidence to defend himself. If that's true, it's a major move because it means he is leaving the case to the evidence the government already presented. Some people think it's strategy, others think it's protest. Maybe he's saying, I don't believe this court will give me justice, so I won't bother defending myself. But one thing is clear, it's risky. When a defendant waives their defense, the court will rely only on what's already presented by the prosecution. So, if the prosecution's evidence stands strong, it can affect the outcome heavily. Still,
some analysts think this could be a calculated step by his lawyers to push the fight to a higher court later. Maybe they want to argue later that the process was unfair. Please, while we continue, don't forget to like the video. It really helps this channel, and subscribe so that you'll always get updates when fresh stories drop. Now, let's look at the bigger picture. This whole drama in court is not just about law, it's also about politics, justice, and perception. Many people see Kanu not only as a defendant, but as a symbol of something bigger, a voice for those who feel unheard. So, whatever happens in court often stirs emotions across the country, and even among Nigerians abroad. When the judge refused the new objection, reactions immediately started online. Some people said it's good, that the court should stop tolerating delays. Others said it's unfair, that the judge should have heard the objection before insisting on defense. So, we have two sides as usual. One believes this is progress toward justice. The other believes it's part of oppression. And this is where the gist gets deep. Because in Nigeria, many people have lost faith in the system. So, when high-profile cases like this happen, they read meaning into every word and every decision. One simple ruling can spark days of argument online. Now, from what we know, Justice Omotosho's decision was based on procedure. The stage the case has reached no longer allows repeated objections that don't directly stop the trial. The law expects that once the prosecution finishes, the defense opens. That's how trials work. So he's basically saying, let's finish this thing. At the same time,
the judge reportedly cautioned the lawyers, reminding them to maintain proper conduct in court. You know, when cases drag too long, tempers rise. People start filing motions, shouting bias, and sometimes acting out of frustration. So the judge is trying to maintain order. Now, my people, let me pause here to say, if you're enjoying how I'm breaking this down, please click that like button. It doesn't cost you anything, but it really supports the channel, and subscribe for more real-time news like this one. All right, continuing. Some Nigerians are wondering what happens next. Well, now that the judge has ruled, there are only two options left for the defense. Either they obey and open the case, or they appeal the ruling. If they appealed, it means the case might still take more time. But if they obey an open defense,
then we'll finally hear their side of the story, their witnesses, their evidence, and their version of events. However, if they really go ahead with waiving defense, that means the court may move toward judgment based only on what has already been presented by the government lawyers. That's serious because it could bring the case closer to an end after so many years. Some people think this ruling shows the judiciary is tired of endless postponements. For years, Nigeria's justice system has been criticized for being too slow. So, this decision could be seen as a signal that the courts want to fast-track high-profile cases. But again, critics say speed should not come at the expense of fairness. While this is going on, Nnamdi Kanu remains in custody. His supporters continue to demand his release,
while the government insists the case must follow due process. So, this tension will likely continue. But with this ruling, the court is basically saying, enough talk, let's finish this once and for all. Remember, this story is not over. There could still be appeals, new motions, or even political interventions. Nigeria's legal and political systems often mix, especially in sensitive cases like this. So, what happens next will depend on how both sides play their cards. Please, if you've not done so, like this video now and subscribe so you won't miss the next update when we continue the gist about what happens after this ruling. Now, let's think about how this connects to bigger national issues. The judiciary right now is under public pressure to prove that it can deliver fair judgment without fear or favor.
Every decision in Kanu's case will be judged not only by law, but also by public opinion. People are watching how the court handles this, if it is truly independent or if it's being influenced. Also, we can't forget that this case affects peace in the southeast region. Many young people there look up to Kanu as a symbol of resistance. Any harsh or perceived unfair ruling could spark renewed tension or protests. That's why both sides have to handle things with care, both in court and outside. As we wait for the next sitting, one question remains. Will Kanu open his defense or stand by his decision to waive it? That's what everyone wants to see. If he opens, then expect more drama, witnesses, testimonies, and possible surprises. But if he waives, then we might be heading straight for judgment soon. Either way,
this case is moving faster now than it has in a long time. Nigerians are hoping it will finally reach a conclusion so that the country can move on from years of back and forth. My people, that's the main gist for now. Judge Omotosho's ruling rejecting Nnamdi Kanu's new objection and insisting he opens his defense. It's a turning point, and we'll continue to follow every step of it. Please, before you leave, like this video, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so that when new updates about this case drop, you'll be the first to know. Also, drop your thoughts in the comment section. Do you think the judge is right to refuse the objection, or should he have allowed it? Let's discuss it respectfully because this case touches a lot of people deeply.